very, very interesting. Because it would mean that ESC are expected to end the what would you call it? To end the season on only 6 losses. Which means a lot, and which means whoever gets that 4th place finisher might end up coming to a head-to-head. Which, I'm not actually sure who would win. Actually, that's a good point. Only Windansky and, who's the other one now? Can't remember his name. Yeah, I would say that FM Toxic is no British side. So let's have a look. They're a British organisation, but not a British side. And let's have a look. Yes, it's SMF, Sokun. Yeah, Niels and Windansky are from the UK. Windansky is Irish, but for all intents and purposes, he's from the UK. Actually, in fact, no one's from England. That's kind of funny. We have 1 Swedish, 1 Irish, 2 Danish, and 1 Scottish person. Damn it, I want an English team. Yeah, it's basically Scandinavia plus UK. The 2 most awesome places coming together to create a Counter-Strike team. Not to cure cancer or anything, just to create a Counter-Strike team. Yes, it's because of this team that cancer has not been cured yet. You people make me sick. So is Windansky. Windansky is from, I'm not sure if it's Ireland or Northern Ireland, but it's basically the UK. As in, the only time that distinction is made is when we're talking football. And that's because the Irish team sucks at football. Oh yeah, the Mouse. I will say that looking at the upcoming teams, Mouse UK has... The UK scene has a lot of teams that may be doing some kick-ass stuff. As in, we have overrated gamers. We have C4U, who I think got picked up by Infused. We have the new CRG side, which is a mixture of Rocket Men and I think like 1 player from CRG. And we also have London Lynx, the team who was previously known as Mistral TT, who've done absolutely brilliant in the ESEA Open at the moment. Counter-terrorists win. Yep, that flag there is the Irish flag. At least I think it is. But either way, we are going to be going live soon. With FM Toxic is on the easier side as this is their home match. This is going to be on DE Nuke. I think it's overrated players, I'm not sure. As we are going to be going live. Sorry, I can't remember what it's called, what they're called. I know it's overrated something, and I like that name. But either way, we are going to be going live with FM Esports Toxic versus ESC. And let's see if this previously British side... In fact, it's not even there's no Britishness in this. It's those damn Scots and those damn Irish. But we have the Swedish Barbar, the Irish Windansky, the Danish Sokun, the Scottish Niels, and the Danish SMF. On the other hand, on the fully Polish side, we have Taz, Cuban, Pasha and his biceps, Lord, and Neo, the one and only. It's individuals. Awesome. Yes, I felt sure it was. I know it's something like that. But either way, Pasha's going to hit a perfect headshot onto Barbar, and they're rushing out onto... It looks like they're going up to heaven, but Nihilzio is going to shut down that push. And that's a... It's going to take a lot of damage by Cuban there, but Cuban's going to take a lot himself. Actually, I'm not sure who did that damage on him. I think it was someone. But they're rushing out into A, but Sokun is going to get the first one. But Taz, they're going to be rushing up to heaven, and they're completely taking the FM Toxic side out by surprise. It's going to be all down to Sokun, who's already got 1 kill, because he's going to have to make 3 more. as he gets one, but he can't manage to get the second as Neo takes him down, making it 1-0 in favour of ESC Gaming. Yes, some British but no English. As I don't know what to think of this team anymore. My perceptions have been destroyed, they're ruined. Glock it, yes. The Glock could do with a small nerf. It's not terrible in the sense of, oh my god, we need to ban it. But on the other hand, this is going to be an eco round coming out from the FM Toxic side, but some nice grenades have taken Taz and Cuban down to 49 and 66, but Cuban's going to hit a headshot onto SMF. Yes, they still have a place as in previously UK. They got UK players, that's all that matters. As we have Neo, he's going to take a bit of damage there, but Windansky is giving away his position, and Pasha is going to take down Windansky with a nice headshot from outside, and use that P90 to his best ability. It's going to be all down to Niels, who's creeping up heaven, but he's going to get taken down here by Lord, who gets the headshot, and that is going to be 2-0 in favour of ESC Gaming. But yes, I do like the team. I'm not sure what you probably just call them a European team now, because they're not really any country in particular. If anything, they're now a Danish team. Which is rather weird. Which means Danish get another good team. They already have enough good teams. Stop hogging all the good Counter-Strike and give the rest of the world some. But either way, this is going to be 2-0 in favour of ESC Gaming, with FM Esports Toxic on nothing. And Taz is going to get 2 very fast kills, but Windansky misses most. He gets some good shots and then misses the rest of them. That's going to be now all down to Niels, who's got the P2000 in hand. And let's face it, the P2000 is rather kind of crap in this game. It's not quite the USP that it was in 1.6. And so that is going to be 3-0, with FM Esports now being able to buy up for the first time. However, I will say that with the buff to the Glock, and the fact that terrorists are now the favourite to win any eco round, you do have to wonder if that's going to make a lot of these maps a little bit more balanced. In the meantime, we have the M4s, and it's only M4s, as Barbar does not have an AWP yet. A little bit of spam coming out from Cuba, not doing too much damage, taking 9 points of health away from Windansky. But if we have a look at where the ESC side are, they have taken control mostly of outside. And it looks like they want to go for a B ramp push. The B ramp as well as secret. But Sokun is in a perfect position, gets the headshot, and takes no damage from Pasha there. His biceps were just not good enough to take down the bullets. As the flash, he dodges it, but Neo gets one of his own. But Sokun gets his second. And the Danish players are really giving it out for the British side. In fact, I think Barbar, Sokun, and SMF are honorary British. As I can't say words. Supposedly English is my first language, but turns out I have no languages. As it is going to be SMF in this 3 versus 4 situation. Cuban's going to get the first one, but Barbar's going for the second. But it's now a 2 versus 2. And the bomb is down, but they're going to be able to pick that up quite easily. And we have Sokun in secret. He's going to get the kill. And it's now all going to be down to Taz, who's on 5 HP and get taken down by Niels. The Scottish hero bringing it back. The HLTV IP is... that one. That was the IP address. For those of you who are watching this on VOD, that IP address will no longer work. But that is now 1-3 with FM Esports Toxic bringing it back. Obviously, this is a very CT-sided map, as in you're looking to get 10 or 11 rounds on the CT side, especially as now teams seem to figure out how to use this new nuke to their advantage. On the other hand, it does look like we're seeing a little bit of pressure, and They maybe wanted to go for some kind of an A push if they can take control of this outside. We have Pasha rushing up. He's going for the shots. Is he going to manage to hit them? He misses most of them. And ESC have been taken down to very low HP values. Obviously, this is still anyone's game, though. Although ESC surely have not been the have not taken the advantages in those exchanges. As Soken takes down 2 more. And Q-Pan equals it out, taking down Windensky, making it a 3 versus 4 situation. However, he's been doing rather well for himself, going 7-3 against ESC Gaming. Hey! As Niels gets one of his own. And it really does look like these 2 Danish pickups were what this team really needed, as they're kicking some ass. Stupid Danish players being good at Counter-Strike. But either way, it's now going to be a 2 versus 4 situation. As Taz is going to take down Barbar, it's now going to be all up to Soken and Niels. Make that all up to Soken in what was turned on from a 2 versus 4 to now a 1 versus 2. Can he get the 4-piece and the 1 versus 2 clutch? They have to know where he is, and this is going to be so difficult. Tack into, he gets the perfect headshot. He gets the second one. That was absolutely brilliant. Sadly, it's only 25 viewers because I did not advertise this stream anywhere. Because I was a little bit too busy doing other things. And I was a little bit too busy casting. But hopefully we will get back to our normal 400 viewers at some point in the future. As I will also be trying to do some extra stuff on top of this stream, including interviews with various players. Obviously, getting in contact with the good players is rather difficult. On the other hand, I basically want to start adding interviews into these casts with the winning team. Which should be pretty cool if we can manage to get it happen. As, again, we see a full buyout coming out from ESC Gaming, as Neo hits a nice headshot onto Barbar. As we are waiting. And it does look like they're rotating down to B, as they're going to be pushing up through the ramp. And it's going to be up to SMF who's going to get taken down. It's going to be a 3 versus 4 situation. 5 situation. With Windansky making it a 3 versus 4. See, I knew the future. As we see Lord gets the 1 kill, but Neozio gets one as well as Windansky. It's going to be up to Neo, and now that makes it a 1 versus 2. But Soken takes down Cuban, and this is now anyone's game. Can Soken get another? I'm not sure if he's saying his name right. Can he get another clutch? And this 1 versus 1 situation, he has the lower health and the weaker weapon, and the bomb is going down. This is going to be so difficult, but that's a good smoke. And that is going to force the ESC player into a weird situation. And Soken does have... and he's running out of time. And he can't manage to make it happen, as Neo is going to get his 3rd kill of the round. But that was a good try by the Danish player. So that is going to be 4-2 in favour of ESC Gaming. Now that does not say good things in FM Esports. My voice is... To be fair, Rizik has the better stream at the moment, due to the fact that he has the Fnatic frag-out games, and I do not have those. But we still have ESC Gaming, we still have FM Esports Toxic playing this right now. As this is going to be round number 6 and an eco round coming out from the CT side. If we look, it looks like the ESC are going to be wanting to do some kind of a lobby push. Huh. Blinking. I've never heard that happening. As Pasha's may get a clap for thank here, but he... Holy shit, that spam was bad. But he managed to get it regardless. But Soken takes Lord out by surprise, as it's now a 4 versus 4 situation. Make this a 4 versus 3 as Taz hits a nice headshot. And Pasha's going to get taken down as well, by a well-placed headshot by SMF. And Soken's going for a 2nd. And the bomb's actually gone down. It's now a 2 versus 2 situation. As Barbar rushes up with that AK in hand, and it's now all going to be down to Neo. Can he do the 1 versus 2 clutch? He's only got 10 HP, so irregardless of the weapons and armor of the other team, it doesn't matter. He does hit the first headshot though, but he's taken down. This is anyone's game. And SMF is going to clutch it out with plenty of time to defuse, and that was a good try by Neo, but that was a very good eco round, especially from those kills by Soken. Actually, I like that name. I like that pronunciation more. Soken. It sounds like manly, Danish. Like someone's going to come out with a bunch of bacon afterwards. Well, you can tell as many people as you want about this stream, and follow if you can, as I am always looking to get more advertisement, and I will also be putting all this stuff up onto YouTube, as I've decided, hey, I might as well make some advertising monies from this, because we all love YouTube, don't we? Either way, this is going to be 3 to 4 with FM Esports Toxic bringing it back, and ESC Gaming are on a buyout, but if they lose this, they are going to be on no money at all. In fact, this buyout was kind of forced as they don't have full grenades and they have some galils. And what's going to happen here? As ESC Gaming is taking this rather... what would you call it? Rather slow at the moment, rather chilled. They're not trying to push up through outside, they're just waiting for the CT side to get bored. However, this is FM Toxic. They are a good team. Also, I've been told. As a decoy goes out. That's interesting. It's very rare that decoys are brought just because, well, they're kind of naff. But the smoke's going to come out, and that's going to stop any kind of push down ramp from the T side. In fact, that's a rather interesting and good smoke. As a little bit of damage is done to Lord. And Windansky gets the first one. But SMF gets the second, and he's going for the third. And can he get his third? Yes, he can! That was a nice 1 versus 3 situation there. Actually, I am casting the lower level games. In fact, if you look at yesterday's VODs, and the ones I'll be putting on YouTube in my channel, for those of you watching this on YouTube, there are several games of the likes of Movember, CRG, London Lynx, MTW, teams who are still in the open bracket but doing rather well for themselves. On the other hand, that was a nice round coming out from FM Esports Toxic, mostly by that smoke thrown by Soken. As it is a full eco coming out from ESC Gaming. As Windansky goes to the kills, but Barbar and Soken are going to clean up where he couldn't. With Barbar getting 3 before getting taken down, it's all going to be down to Pasha. He has strong biceps, but his aim isn't strong enough. As that is now going to be 5 to 4 in favour of FM Esports Toxic, with Toxic taking this back. Why am I always debating on HLTV.org? Well, the reason for that is because I like punishment. No, actually, I have actually been moving away from HLTV just because they're kind of stupid. That's really all I can say. HLTV.org they're a good site in terms of match coverage compared to every other website, but their users are morons. But either way, this is still a 5 versus 5 situation, as ESC are pushing up through outside, and it's going to be all down to Barbar. We're going to switch over to him with his AWP. But those flashes are perfect, they're stopping him from doing anything. He's going to hit Cuban, but going to get hit in the head himself. That is now going to still be a 5 versus 5 situation, but in reality it's now a 4.5. And that's an interesting boost. It looks like they're going to be wanting to go to heaven through there. As Pasha's going to take down Windansky, who's trying to push up through secrets. And they have complete control of outside now. But Lord is here, who has to defend lobby. And that is mostly equal. Neil's got taken down to have 12 HP, and so does Lord. However, Soken is going to take down one down, so is Barbar. But Cuban's going to equal it out, making it a 3 versus 3 situation. As Cuban goes for a nice flank and gets his second, and that was brilliant positioning coming out from him. He knew where the CTs were going to be placed. And he was just in the wrong... he was just looking in the wrong area. But Niels does the same himself, and Barbar makes it a 1 versus 2 situation. But Cuban, can he get the 1 versus 2 clutch and get the 4-piece of his own? The bomb is going to go down, and Barbar has an AK-47 in hand and a smoke and a flash. Now, is he going to be able to use that smoke and a flash effectively? The flash goes out. Cuban dodges it. And Cuban hits a nice headshot, getting that 4-man and making it 5-4. And now you would have to say the ESC are in a good position, as this is a very CT-sided map. And yes, that's basically what I use HLTV for. I look at it occasionally to get info, but I'm starting to become more of a fan of Cadred. Just because the people there seem to be slightly less stupid. And when I mean slightly, I mean like by a magnitude of a lot. But either way, this is going to be 5-5. With my voice is starting to go, but it doesn't matter. As we see ESC, they're trying to do some kind of an outside push with both sides having full weapons. However, the monetary situation means whoever loses this is going to have to be forced to eco. As Niels wants to get that first frag, he knows where Neo is, and he gets the kill. Making it a 4 versus 5 very fast, and Barbar equals this out. It looks like he didn't hit that second ult shot, but it doesn't matter because SMF is going to take down Taz, making it a 2. Or all the way over to a 1 versus 5 situation. Can Cuban come up huge for the Polish side? He's already done a 1 versus 2 clutch last round. Can he do a 1 versus 5 now? As they say, this is level 2. If he knows where 1 is, he can hear him. And he's creeping up and he may... Oh, he got the block. Niels just stood there. Niels just stood there and blocked him. And FME Sports is going to take that and force ESC onto an eco round. So let's have a quick look at how frags have been going so far. On FM Toxic side, everyone's doing okay apart from Windansky, which is rather surprising because Windansky is really a pistol master. I've seen him, he's the one who got the 1 versus 3 against ESC with the Deagle, and he's just really good with pistols in general. However, it is Soken who is kicking some ass, going 15-6, with Soken getting the first frag going 16-6. As Barbar and Soken are going to make it a very fast 2 versus, make that a 1 versus 5. As SMF is going to clear it out. But while I was looking at that, we do have on the ESC side, and the ESC side, they're being a little not quite as good. There's no one on there who's really standing out, but they don't have a player like Windansky who hasn't been able to get the kills. As in the only one, their top fragger is 10-9, and that's nothing to shout out about. But it doesn't matter, as they are in a good position considering this is a CT side of map, where FM Esports Toxic really want to win the next 3 rounds to have a really good chance to take this match. And so if we have a look where ESC, they're going very heavy outside, with Neo presumably having that AWP that he's so famous, Glil, that he's so famous for. And this actually wasn't a full buyout from ESC Gaming. They have full armor, but they don't have full grenades or full weapons, with several Glils being taken out. But it isn't going to matter as Passion may get the... Yes, he is! He is going to take down Barbar. But Soken takes down Lord and he gets the bomb down. They know where the bomb is, and ESC Gaming are going to be forced to pick that bomb up, making it a 4 versus 4. As some nice spray coming out from Niels. As they're now rushing out onto the A-bomb site, and Cuban's going to take down Soken before getting taken down by Niels, but Neo is going to get the flank. It's now going to be a 2 versus 3, with the favour clearly in ESC's gaming favour. As Neos is going to shoot down SMF, and they may just be trying to save their weapons. But let's see where Windansky is. He's going for a little bit of spam. Not going to hit anyone. My crosshair is pink because I saw it on a YouTube series called Hey Hatton Games, and it looked rather cool. So I changed it to pink, because it contrasts rather well with the colours on the map. Because there are very few pink bits on the map. But either way, this is going to be 6-7 with ESC Gaming bringing this all the way back. as this penultimate round is going to appear. Yes, I know fancy words mean penultimate, contemporary, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. But either way, this is going to be round number 14. Yes, I can say words like that, but can't say honorary. And round number 14, and this is a round that FM Toxic really need to win. Only having 7 rounds as SMF is being rather aggressive here. He's going to get a lot of damage onto Pasha, but Pasha is going to beat him. As they have rushed out onto the A bomb site, and that was a very good take, but Niels and Windansky equal things out to a 3 versus 3 situation. And that flash is going to be perfect to stop that Heaven attack. But the flash of his own is going to come out. And can they bring this back? We have Barbar here with the AWP. As Nielsio gets one. And Barbar goes for the no scope. And it's going to be all down to Soken, who goes for the defuse. And he had no chance of surviving that, making it 7-7. And this is going to be the last round of the half coming up here, and it's going to be a force fight regardless of what happens. And I think FM Toxic have enough money to do a full buy-up. Yes, they do, as SMF is doing rather well for himself in a monetary situation. On the other hand, Windansky hasn't really been able to improve his kill-death ratio, going 5 and 10, which is not what you need to be doing on a pro match. As the grenade's going to come out, Law's taking a little bit of damage, but so does Soken. And Barbar is going for those AWP shots. He gets one! And now he should just fall back, and that is what he's going to do. And it's going to be 4 versus 5, and FM Toxic need to win this. As we see Neo creeping up through CT House. As the flashes are coming out, and they may decide to go through A. But Soken's in a good position to stop this outside A push. And I wonder if that smoke was supposed to land there, because that's a rather bad smoke if you're trying to attack A. But it is going to shut off A from outside. As Windansky is going to get a second. And it's now going to be a 2 versus 5 situation, with Barbar having it up, and he's going to take down Neo with a lovely shot. And Niels is going to get his first of the round, and that is going to be 8-7. But I will say that with how CT side of this map is, FM Esports Toxic are behind at the moment. If they can win the pistol round, they have a chance. Having said that, as in obviously FM Toxic are not the favourites to win this. As in, even though their two new Danish acquirements have obviously done rather well for themselves, because the FM Toxic I was watching just a few weeks ago, they would not have got this many rounds against ESC Gaming. In fact, every single match against ESC Gaming and FM Toxic hasn't even been close. As in, I think FM Toxic had to go against ESC twice in NorthCon, and although the FM Toxic managed to get 3rd, I think, in that tournament, they didn't really... Both times they went up against ESC. No, they got 4th. Well, I've played lots of... It depends on what you consider played. As in, for the Counter-Strike versions that I've played, technically I've played all the way back from Action Quake. Back when modding Quake was the future of game development. On the other hand, there's not going to be enough time to talk about my gaming history, as the live is going to be going live now. The round is going to be going live, not the live is going to be going live. I felt sure they lost to NIP Very Games and ESC. It was the first ESC podium finish. But either way, it was 3rd or 4th, but they did rather well at that tournament, although they didn't beat any of the big teams. But here now, they do have a chance to rectify that, as we see FM Toxic, the first grenade going out, blowing down that door, and it looks like they're just going for a very standard A rush. Meanwhile, Windansky takes down Lord, and I don't know what Lord was doing there. Good lord, that was bad. In the meantime, SMF may be in trouble, and is... But Barbar, how the hell did he get past them? As this pistol round is going terribly for ESC Gaming. As Niels is going to get his second frag of the round, and I'm not sure what happened there. I think that the Terrorcide just walked right past them through the smoke and then turned around and killed them. I played both 1.6 and Source. As in, I was never that fond of either, surprisingly, as a player. To watch, I did prefer 1.6 to watch. Because CSS was a good game, don't get me wrong, CSS was a very good game. It just, compared to 1.6, it had a few issues. On the other hand, however, FM Toxic are going to have a huge advantage now after winning that pistol round. I think it was something like that. Yeah, FM Toxic got 3rd place at NorthCon, where ESC got 2nd. And NIP won it, like always. Honestly, by now they should just be giving NIP big bundles of cash and fighting for 2nd place. As that was 2 nice headshots coming out from Lord. And is this going to be the round that ESC needs? Well, SMF equal things out. Yes, I am surprised with how good of a fight SM Toxic is putting up. Because as Soken takes a smoke to the head from his SMF teammate, and Windansky takes down Lord, making it a 3 versus 4 situation. And Neo and Neilzio trade frags, but it's now a 2 versus 2, and this has been a rather good eco round coming out from the CT side. And now it's a 1 versus 2, with it all being down to Cuban. We're going to switch over to Cuban. And they may just decide to go to A. But the bomb is down, and he's going to get 1. Can he get the 2nd? No, he can't! As SMF is going to hit the shot through the wall door. And that is going to be 10-7. And if we have a look, the 2 Danish players, apart from Soken, who right now is only on 0-1, the 2 Danish players are kicking ass in this game. And this has really been they've been really brilliant pickups for the FM Esports Toxic side. I don't know what to think of them anymore. Are they British? Are they not? But it doesn't matter, as they're a good team. And that's what we really care about. Good Counter-Strike. In the meantime, it does look like that FM Toxic are trying to do a little bit of an outside push. That flash is going to force Neo back, but Pasha's going to hit the shot. And something I forgot to mention was that ESC have decided to force buy. They have full armors, apart from Pasha, who doesn't have a helmet or Taz. But they do have FAMASas, and no grenades though. And no grenades is going to be interesting, as grenades are very crucial for defending on any map. And I will say that, thanks to those lack of grenades, FM Toxic is still at the advantage. Especially after Windansky gets that first frag, but Pasha's there. He gets the 1, he gets the 2nd. Can he get the 3rd? No, he can't, as Neo comes around with the flank. And that was brilliant positioning by both Neo and Pasha, bringing back that round, making it 8-10. And winning that eco round. Well, force buy round. And that is going to force FM Toxic onto a save. FM Toxic are German, if they win, that is. I'm not sure how the person in chat managed to get to that conclusion. I don't know. At the very least, they'd be Scandinavian, because they're technically one Swedish person and 2 Danish people. 1 Scottish, 1 Irish. Good day, lucky charms. But either way, this is going to be a full-on rush through the outside. It's going to be up to Lord, who gets the first one, gets 2nd. He can't manage to get the 3rd, as Windansky's using that pistol that he's so good at. And he's just in the smoke, and the grenade is going to take him down. It's all going to be down to Niels, but he's going to get taken out by Cuban. And that is now going to be 9-10. With this round being crucial for FM Esports Toxic. As in, right now, FM Esports Toxic has done far better than I expected them to. I did not expect them to be 10-9 up in the 19th round. 20th, as we get into the 20th round. I expected ESC to be rather dominant, like they have been every single time these 2 teams have met. But it doesn't matter right now, as this is going to be round number 20. And if we have a look at what FM Toxic are doing, they're stacking very hard inside the... In fact, they've managed to get down to... They're going through vents. Has ESC called this? I don't know, as Taz gets one. He's going for a second, but Pasha steals it from him, and he will get that second anyway. And it's now a 1 versus 5 situation. And Neoseo does take down Pasha, but he loses all his health because of it. And he now needs to hit some fast headshots. That's a good start, as it's now a 1 versus 3. And is he going to try and save? It's not going to work anyway, as Taz is going to take him out by surprise by going up that ladder. And that is now going to be 10 to 10. And FM Toxic are going to be forced to eco, putting them at a disadvantage. And as FM Toxic, there are lots of British teams at the moment who are either what you would consider pro level or on the verge of becoming a pro level. You have overrated individuals, the ex-Mouse team, who have come back and they've actually won both of their ESL matches so far. They are completely British, and apart from PRB, who again is absolutely brilliant 1.6 player. As FM Toxic is missing that jump, which is rather embarrassing. In the meantime, it looks like they're going to be giving up on that jump and instead stacking up. But Cuban's going to be here. The flash comes out and Windansky is there with a pistol, and Windansky is just so good with that pistol. Pasha's going to equal it out, but Sokun is going to take down Pasha. And it's now a 4 versus 3 with 2 of the FM Toxic side should be able to pick up weapons. Lord is here, but he takes down Sokun and he's going for a few more. And Taz may pick up a few as he flanks from Secret. Yes, he does. He takes down Niels, but Windansky takes him down as well. And it's now a 2 versus 2, with Windansky having 2 kills of his own, as it doesn't want to switch over. So we're going to force it to. However, the advantage is squarely in ESC's favour, but if FM Esports can win this, that will put them in a great position. As Lord can hear them, and Windansky beats Lord, even though Lord has the better positioning. And then he goes and beats Neo, as Windansky gets the lovely 4-piece. And I wish the auto director had just put me on him so I could watch it, so I could have watched that 4-piece. So frag movie creators, there's probably one there. But either way, that is going to be 10 to 11, with another buy round coming out from ESC Gaming. But FM Toxic looking a little bit better now, especially if they win this round. They may force a buy, or at the very least a force buy. They may force an eco, or at the very least a force buy, as my mind is being stupid at the moment. For all of you watching this on the VOD, I'm usually not this bad. Well, I lie, I usually am this bad. But you all love me because of it. But either way, this is going to be a 5-on-5 situation, as FM Toxic are going very heavy outside. It's going to be up to Pasha. He's got his biceps ready for some Danish and British killing. How tall am I? I'm very short. I'm that guy who still gets asked for ID when I'm like 21. But either way, we have SMF. He's rushing out through the outside, and he may be in a good position. He does take down Neo. And can he take down Pasha? We have Pasha, who's going to get the better of him. Yes, he is, as SMF is going to go down. He's going for a second one, but Sokun is going to take him down instead. It's now going to be a 4 versus 3, with the advantage squarely in FM Toxic's favour, with Barbar seeing Lord being there. I apologise for the delay, as I have other people poking me about things. But either way, FM Esports Toxic is going to take that down with a rather dominant gun round. And that is going to force ESC onto a pistol round. And is this the chance that FM Toxic need? I don't know. As we see, FM Toxic is here. And SMF is going to be the one to get the first frag, and they're pushing from the outside. And there's Taz and Pasha there. They're stacking very heavily on the outside, but the grenade is going to hurt a lot, leaving Taz only on 4 HP. As Neilzio is going to take one, and Soken's going to get the second and the third. And that is going to be 13 to 10 with FM Esports Toxic may be able to pull out an absolute upset here. Because don't forget, this is the team who lost against Fnatic. This is the team who are currently 2 and 6 down. This is a team who last like 3 or 4 times they've gone up against ESC Gaming. ESC completely destroyed them. As in, it wasn't even close. The end scores were something like 7 and 16, 5 and 16, those kinds of painful scores. But now, ESC, they have a full buyout, but they're currently 3 rounds behind, and this is very easily FM Toxic's game. And and you have to say it's because of Soken has been a beast this game. And if they win this, Soken is easily the man of the match. As even on this half, he's doing rather well for himself, going 5 and 5. But it was his CT half where he really shined. On the other hand, SMF is going to take down Pasha. And FM Toxic somehow are beating ESC in the aiming game. And maybe ESC need to move back a little bit. They need to let FM Toxic onto the bomb sites before attempting to retake. Because all this peeking and prodding just isn't working for the ESC side, as FM Toxic are now in a 5 vs 4 situation and they're going to be on the B bomb side. As Neo gets one, he gets a second, but Barbar is going to take him down, and SMF is going to make it a 2 vs 3 situation. The bomb is going to be planted on B, and we're going to switch over to Lord, who's in the wrong bomb site, or Cuban, who's on the right one. As Cuban's going to take down Barbar before getting taken down himself. It's now a 1 vs 1 situation thanks to that work by Cuban. And we're going to switch over to Cupad. Wow, I didn't even notice the time there. As that ESC is going to bring that back, making it 11 to 13. And that was around the ESC gaming needed. FM Toxic are going to have more than enough money to buy up, but that gives ESC a little bit of, in fact a lot of a chance now. But in reality, that was all down to Cuban's work. Cuban did some absolutely epic shots there. As if we have a look at FM Toxic, they're pushing out through the outside, and Pasha is there. That grenade is going to hurt Soken a little bit, but Soken has been the one beating Pasha in that outside position a lot. Maybe they should think about rotating someone else there. Because Soken's style just seems to counter Pasha's, which is kind of amazing, because Pasha is not a bad player. As we see the flashes going out onto ramp, and it looks like they want to be pushing up into A. But they have, who was that? Windansky does have a trap in case they decide to push up ramp. As he is going to take down Neo, and it's now going to be a 4 vs 4 situation. And it looks like that thanks to that first kill, they want to be pushing up ramp, but Cuban's going to take down Niels while he just had the flash in hand. And that counter flash is going to be good enough to force back that ramp push. However, they have already managed to push outside, as Windansky gets one of his own, but Lord is there to get taken out. And so this is now a 2 vs 2, and still anyone's game as SMF switched at the wrong time, but it isn't going to matter as he hits headshots. And now this is Taz versus SMF, and I'm going to switch over to SMF, as SMF is the one with only 6 seconds left, and needs to make it all happen, and it's not. And ESC are going to get another timeout win. Wow, Orange James is a little bit delayed there. But either way, we are now on 12 and 13. With FM Toxic on yet another bye round, but if they lose this, they probably won't have a... Do the math. They might have enough to force buy. But either way, FM Toxic don't want to lose this, as then they will give the advantage to ESC Gaming, as that was a rather fast push down through to vents. In the meantime, we see Taz get taken out by SMF, as he was playing just a little bit too aggressive there, but Cuban's going to get the flank onto Windansky. And so now it's a 4 versus 4 situation, but one's already down on B. In fact, who ran down to B? It's Soken. Hey everybody in chat, and hey everybody watching this later on YouTube. You're all awesome. And so, the waiting begins, and FM Esports Toxic really needs to start moving a little bit faster. ESC Gaming has adapted to the fact they keep losing, they're pushing back. And because of that, they keep getting the timeout wins, twice in a row. In the meantime, it looks like they're going to be pushing up Ram. And we have Barbar, who is going to take down Neo. And this is now going to be a 3 versus 4 situation. With Cuban getting 1, but Neilzio getting 1 back. It's now a 2 versus 2. Make that a 1 versus 2. And we're going to switch over to Lord, who gets taken down. And finally, FM Esports Toxic get that round that they need, bringing them on the penultimate round to victory. And if we have a look, luckily, ESC are actually going to be on eco. I'd have thought that they, of course, they lost the last 2 rounds. They lost all 4 players. So this is going to be an eco round. There's a very good chance that FM Toxic are going to be on match point. As in, I did not expect them to get this many rounds. I didn't expect them to get more than 10 rounds. Because every single time these two teams have played together, they've just been destroyed. But now, we have Niels and Windansky. They're playing rather well. It's not, the teamwork is still there, but what's really changed is they now have some really good fraggers. And while losing Weber was probably a sad choice, replacing him for these 2 Danish players seems to have worked. As Pasha goes for the shots, but Barbar's going to take him down, making it a 4 versus 5 situation. As Cuban's going for the headshots, but it's not going to work. And they're now rushing out of the A bomb site, as Windansky is going to take Taz out completely. And this is now going to be 5 to 3, and is FM Esports really going to bring this to match point? Wow, Virtus Pro beating Very Games. As Theo takes down 1, he's got to take down 3 more. He gets 1. Can he do the 1 versus 2 clutch? No, he can't, as SMF is in the right position. And I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going on here. Virtus Pro is beating Very Games. FM Esports Toxic is beating ESC. Be right back. I'm flipping this desk over. Yeah, I thought this was going to be 10 to 16 because FM Esports Toxic, they're a good team, but they're not on the same level, or at least I thought they weren't. And also, I don't know, because here's the thing. ESC Gaming, although they only have 2 losses, they have to play Very Games twice and NIP once. That means, if they lose this, there's a very good chance they may be out. Or, at the very least, it gives FM Toxic a possible way in. But either way, it's now a 1 versus 3 situation. Can Windansky win this? No, he can't, as Neo is going to take him down. But yes, this does put a big clanger in the works towards ESC going to America. Because obviously, for those of you who don't know, this is the ESEA Invitational, which the top 4 of the league end up going to the LAN event in America, which will be the top 4 in America and the top 4 in Europe, kicking each other's ass. And then NIP getting the first, 2nd and 3rd place. But yes, this is going to be another full buy round coming out from both sides, and they will be on a force buy if they lose this. So if they lose this, it probably is going to go to an overtime. Wow, Virtus Pro beat. I'm a little shocked. These are 2 upsets that are going to be. Even though I will say this is the bigger upset, and this is not because I'm an FM Toxic fanboy. It's just Virtus Pro is on the same level as Very Games, as Soken is going to take down Taz, but FM Toxic is not on the same level as ESC. That's not what I thought it was. As Paz is going to take down SMF and then take down Barbar with 2 lovely kills. And FM Toxic are very split up at the moment. This could be a very bad round for the T side. However, they do have mostly control of B, and Cuban's going to get taken down, and that kill was needed. But Pasha is there to take his place. And he's going for the headshots, he gets his third, and is he going to be able to get this ace? As Neilzio is trying to make his way down into the B bomb site, as the flash is going to come out, taking Neo out of the picture for a moment. As the smoke, and it looks like Lord has seen what Neilzio wants to do, and it's going to be all down to Soken. And that was some very good play by ESC Gaming. They knew exactly where Soken was, and they knew they were trying to take control of the B bomb site. And so Soken's trying to make it, and this very possibly could go to an overtime. And I would say that ESC Gaming are making some mistakes. They're being as if they're not taking FM Toxic seriously, even though it's 14-15 at the moment. As in, they keep going one-on-one, and apart from these last few rounds, they've been playing as if it's a gather against some kind of noob team. And FM Toxic isn't the best team, but they're not the worst team either. On the other hand, FM Toxic have been playing rather well. Especially Soken. Soken has been on fire overall. And the new pickups just seem to have worked for them. However, this is a force spy coming out from the terrorist side, and it's going to be very difficult for them to bring this back. However, if they can bring this back, they will win it, and if they win it, they have a chance. A chance that's been made a little bit lower by Neo to get into that top 4. As Neo's going to get his second, and it's going to be all down to SMF. He's not going to be able to make it happen, and so we're going to switch over to Neilzio, who has an SMG in hand, and very little else. And this is going to be an overtime. Yep, I think Barbar and the 2 Danish players were 1.6 players. The British players, as Neilzio takes down 1, is this going to be a 1 versus 5 clutch? It's going to need to be some perfect shooting. As he goes for the second, and he can't manage to make it happen. And so, that is going to be the overtime. And who the hell saw this happening? FM Toxic bringing ESC Gaming to overtime. I know I didn't, but it doesn't matter. And, you know, I have to wonder. At first, I was thinking that... has FM Toxic just got really good recently? Because they've taken N Faculty to overtime, now they've taken ESC Gaming to overtime. And those are 2 teams that, just a week ago, I would not have said they could have beaten. Oh yes, there are absolutely no complaints over what's happening here, as this is being absolutely kick-ass awesome. However, it does mean that we are going to be having at least another six rounds of awesome. And for this, well, FM Toxic need to win every single game that they play. Now, I will say this is a very bold prediction, but if ESC wins this game, they should win every single game that they are up against. Because they're not up against Virtus Pro anymore, they're not up against Very Games anymore, they're not up against any of the big teams. And so, there is a very good chance in which they could end this season 9-6. Now, I don't know if that's going to be enough to qualify. And at this point, it's starting to look like... it looks like the magic number to be completely safe is going to be 4. More than 4 losses, and you're starting to get into a little bit of iffy area. But I'm going to have to stop talking about that, as this is going to be 15-15. And who the hell saw this coming? I don't know. Am I lagging? Let's have a quick check. it isn't my frames per second lagging. As it is a 15... There is a little bit of lag on the GOTV server, sadly, which is something I cannot change, as we do see Cubans playing rather aggressively into Radio Room, and will he be able to get the frag? No, he won't, as Soken's going to take him down. Yes, there is a problem with the GOTV servers, which I'm trying to get fixed, which the TV snapshot rate is being set to 33. That makes the GOTV server lag, and there's nothing I can do about it, sadly, because it basically sets the CL update rate and the CMD rate too high. In other news, however, in this 4 versus 5 situation, with only Soken on 4 HP, it does look like FM Toxic are trying to do some kind of an A aggression, but they're taking it very slowly, and there's only 56 seconds left in the round. As I will very quickly minimize, jump in. And they're slowly trying to make their way in. With 40 seconds, and now they're rushing in. It's going to be up to Taz. He gets the first frag, taking down Window, who didn't even see him. And Cuban and Lord, and this push is being doomed right from the start. But SMF equals it out, making it a 2 versus 2. Make that a 1 versus 2. We're going to switch over to SMF, who can't manage to make it happen, making it 16 to 15 in favour of ESC Gaming. Now, FM Esports Toxic are going to want to win at least one round. If they can win one round, then it puts a little bit of less pressure on themselves. On the other hand, if ESC can win all 3, it means that all they need to do is win one match in the last overtime. For those of you who don't know, how overtimes work is rather simple. Each team gets 10k money and plays each side 3 times. As, again, they keep doing that really fast. And you'd think that ESC would have adapted to that, but Soken does manage to take down Pasha, making it a 5 versus 4 situation, and they have full control of the secret right now. However, we have Cuban, who's making sure they can't... FM Toxic can't meet their team in lower B, and it looks like they wanted to go lower B. As we see, BenQ takes down Windansky. And we have SMF in a weird position. But it doesn't matter as the 3 players from FM Toxic are going to make their way into the B bomb site. SMF can hear the enemy players, but it isn't going to matter as they're all just going to be rushing down into the B bomb site. Neilzio is going to take a little bit of damage there. As SMF, that was actually a nice play. SMF hit just long enough for them to not think they were there, but Neilzio and Cuban trade frags. And Neilzio gets taken down, but it's now a 1 versus 2, with SMF using that flank. He does have the bomb, and he can rotate over to A, and that's what he's going to do, and that's rather smart play, but Cuban knows he's there. And that was close, because if he'd have missed that, he would have dropped to his death. And Taz is going to get the headshot, and so this is going to be 17 to 15, and is ESC going to win all 3 rounds on the CT side? I don't know. As, damn it, I said BenQ again, didn't I? I keep doing that. At least it isn't Ben Wright. Because I've said worse. But either way, this is going to be 17 to 15 in favour of ESC Gaming. And can FM Esports bring at least one round back? Or are we going to be guaranteed an ESC win, or at the very least another overtime? As another overtime would be awesome, as I do not want this game to end, ever. They shall play forever, as Pasha uses that auto sniper and destroys FM Toxic. I didn't even notice he had an auto sniper, but that was brilliant. Neilzio is going to take down Pasha, but this is probably a good game unless Neilzio and Soken can pull something out the bag. As it's going to be all down to Soken to do the 1 versus 4 clutch. He's got the bomb in hand, and he does take down 1, making it a 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2. We have Lord here, and Soken was flashed. And that is going to be 18 to 15 in favour of ESC. And now FM Esports need to win every single CT side. And their chance at just maybe hitting that LAN final is slipping away, because they need to win this. As in, if they don't win this, then they're basically out. There's no chance at all. Because there are plenty of teams who are going to be able to hit less than 6 or less losses. Which, yes, this is now going to be for survival in FM Toxic survival towards the ESEA finals. It is going to be the second half of the first overtime. Now they need to have 3 perfect rounds. Can they manage to get it, or will ESC bring one back and take back what's been a very close match? And in fact, this match has been the closest, with the first round going 8-7 and the second round going 7-8. Both teams have made mistakes, but both teams have also had some brilliant moments. And we see ESC are trying to push up through A, and it seems to be working as Cuban gets the first frag. And Windansky is going to go down. He equals it out a little bit, but it's now a 3 versus 4 situation. And the smoke, that is going to stop that A ramp push. Any attacks from heaven. The flash is going to come out. And so's the second flash. But Barbar is going to make it a 3 versus 3. And this is now anyone's game, but Lord is there, and he gets taken down by Nielzio. And it's going to be up to Cuban to do the 1 versus 2, but he can't. And FM Toxic managed to bring that back with some excellent CT play. With Barbar getting that first pick. And FM Toxic live to fight for at least another 2 rounds. Or 1 more round. And so, hold on to your seats, put on your clutch pants, as we are going once again. I don't know if they sell clutch pants. I have to wonder if there's anything called clutch pants. It would be absolutely awesome if they did. But either way, we do see the EC Gaming, they just need 1 round. 1 round will give them the victory. As it looks like they're going for A again, it's going to be up to Windansky, but this time it does a little bit better, getting 2. Taz equals it out a little bit, and so does Cuban, but Windansky gets a 3rd. He's going for a 4th. He managed to get it with, oh my god! Oh, I thought that was an ace then, but Barbar stole it. Sad panda. But either way, this now means that we all have one of 2 situations going to be coming up. Either ESC Gaming wins this round, and they are going to take the game, or we're going to have a... Oh, there's actually something called clutch pants. We're going to have a second overtime. And really, I am really impressed with FM Toxic right now. Even if they lose this round, they have proven themselves to be a true contender. But either way, it does look like the ESC are slowly pushing from the outside, so it's going to be up to Barbar. Can he do anything? Nope, as they're just going to be going through secret instead. Oh no, Neo's pushing out through smoke, and he misses the shot when Neo wasn't looking! And then he misses the second. Oh. As it's now a 4 versus 5 situation, and FM Toxic are fighting their survival, and ESC are fighting to make the qualification a lot easier. As SMF is going to be forced back by just the sheer amount of bodies who's rushing into that ramp room. Meanwhile, Nizio is going to equal it out, making it a 4 versus 5 situation, and that wasn't the bomb carrier. As Pasha's going to get taken to by Soken, and now it's a 3 versus 4, and FM Toxic are now in the advantage. However, it looks like they're going to be switching their tactic, going over to A, but Windansky is in the perfect position. As he gets 1, and it's now going to be up to Lord and Neo. And it's now a 3 versus 2. This is still anyone's game. With Neo getting 1, but the grenade from SMF making it a 1 versus 2, and there's only 8 seconds left. And the bullets are just going to come flying out from SMF and Soken. And the 2 Danish players clutching it out. And if we have a look how things have been going this overtime, as oh, it resets the frags every time. Oh, as we are going to be going into a second overtime. And yes, my voice is slowly going, and this YouTube video is going to be the longest ever. But frankly, this is awesome. As Nielzio's mic died. No clutch pants are made from bits of Get Right. They basically shave his hair late at night and then just weave it into a pair of jeans. And that's what clutch pants are made. Although I suppose it would have been a little bit better if they finished that with, and that's how babies are made. But yes, this is going to be overtime number 2. Do not go anywhere. Because we are at about 100 and something viewers, what are we on? Let's have a quick look. We are on 130 viewers. That's pretty cool considering that I think ESEA just finished. In other news, England ended up beating Brazil, I think. Yep. England beat Brazil in the World Cup qualifiers, which is pretty cool as well. What other guy? We must kill him! But yes, as in, it is pretty cool that reading 50 Shades of Grey in between games and during delays. Yes, I think I'd probably get my Twitch TV account banned. But it's an idea. Either way, we're just waiting for the teams to get ready. But yes, as in, I will say that it is absolutely awesome that we're seeing a lot more casters having appeared. Because when I started this, it was basically me, Enfly, and ES Planet. And ES Planet did not cast enough. But now there seems to be, you've got absolute legends who've got their own stream. You've got Pugcast. I don't know who they are. I know Very Games has one, but I haven't seen it. ESC started their own. And I think even Cadred has. I'm not sure. But either way, I will say that just getting any amount of viewers has been rather... It's been pretty awesome from the community in general. Because I didn't expect this amount of support from the Counter-Strike community when I started this. It's like, when I first started this, I was really, really bad at it. I mean, I might write... For those of you who are watching the YouTube video, and for those of you who are watching right now, you may notice that I mess up my words a lot. But I used to be very bad at it. On my first casting matches at I-47, I was terrible. On the other hand, as in, to be fair, my first matches that I cast, I think every single one of them were 16-0 victories, which are the hardest ones to cast because it's basically this guy runs forward and kills everybody in the face. Brazil are not overrated in World Cup football. They're overrated in Counter-Strike, because, let's face it, the Counter-Strike team isn't that good. Sorry, any Brazilians watching this. But in football, they are pretty good. And having beaten them 2-1 is pretty awesome. Oh yes, it's... I can't remember what they're called. But they went to DreamHack and got through the group stages. It's their team. Their most famous team is Corgi. I think it's like Pro TDM, or I'll look it up in a minute. But either way, we are going to be going live with the first half of the second overtime. And so, we are 2-1, and we are live with this game that never seems to be ending. Can one of these two teams bring it back, as FM Toxic are now on the CG side again? And there is a very good possibility that whoever wins the first terrorist round is going to be the victor. Either way, Windansky takes a little bit of damage, but ESC are just doing a lot of 1.6 spams, with Neil Zio spamming right back. As we see, not a lot happening right now, just people spamming each other through the walls. As ESC seem to be content to just hold position in silo and outside. Yeah, but he's part of the team. As we do see ESC are now looking to make some kind of ramp push, it looks like. As we see SMF is here. He's going for the shots, but he misses them, doing only a little bit of damage to Taz. However, Neo is going to do a little bit more damage, taking down Soken, and that is a crucial kill, with Soken having been one of the crucial players on FM Toxic's side. But Barbar is going to equal things out, taking down Neo. And it looks like now they're just going to be rushing out through to A. They're going out, but Windaski's there with 1, 2! He can't get the third, it's now a 2 versus 2 situation. But Barbar makes it a 1 versus 2. We're going to switch over to Pasha, see if he can manage to make it happen. He's got his biceps ready, but can his AK bullets follow? No, they can't, as Barbar is going to take him out, making it 19-8, with FM Esports Toxic now taking the lead. I can't remember the name of the team, but they were the only Brazilian team at DreamHack. Go look it up. They did rather well for themselves, considering that they had to go up against NIP in their first game. Pro Gaming TD, that's the one. Thanks a lot, lost 1TR. Yes, ProGaming.td. That's a Brazilian side that's rather good. As in, they made it out the DreamHack groups, and the DreamHack was so stacked. But either way, these smokes are coming out, meaning SMF is in a good position to defend this ramp push. But he's going to run back. But it's going to be up to Niels, who gets 1. He's going for a second, and he managed to hit it. No, SMF comes back around. And now the bomb is down, and that is going to be devastating for ESC Gaming, as Nielsio gets a second. As the flashes of smokes are coming out, and ESC are forced to go into that narrow corridor of death, and Windaski is going to get the last frag by running around, and that was devastating, giving FM Esports Toxic 20 rounds to ESC's 18. And so, with the final round of the final round of the first half of the second overtime, lots of numbers. In 3.142 seconds, we will be seeing if FM Toxic are going to be on 3 match points in a row, or is ESC going to bring it back a little bit. As in, I will say that ESC desperately need this round, but they don't have full grenades. And that's going to be a rather hard situation to get into that bomb site with no grenades. As they're going to be rushing out, but Barbar's going to get a nice shot, and Cuban's going to get taken down by Soken as well. And this is now a 3 versus 5, and this is looking terrible for the ESC side. They are on. In fact, let's switch over to them, as they have managed to take control of outside, and Neo's going to take down Barbar here, unless Barbar can hit an absolutely amazing shot. And no, he can't. As it's now going to be a 3 versus 4, making it a little bit more equal. As we see, Lord takes a little bit of damage there, as he's trying to make his way onto the ramp. But there's only 40 seconds as Windansky takes down Lord. It's now a 2 versus 4 situation, and FM Toxic has moved back onto that B bomb site, expecting them to make an attack there. In the meantime, let's see where Pasha is. He's the one with the bomb and the one with the most health. He's coming down. He may be able to get a kill here. Yes, he does. He takes down Soken, but he gets headshotted by the M4, which means he's down to 16 HP with Neo only on 17. Which means this is going to be so hard for the ESC side, but they have AK-47s, but it isn't going to matter. As it's now all going to be down to Neo. He needs to pick up the bomb in 8 seconds, 6 seconds. And SMF is going to say, no, I don't care about time. I'm going to kill you anyway. Which means FM Esports is going to be on 3 match points to do an absolutely amazing upset. And obviously, ESC already had 3 match points themselves, which FM Toxic managed to bring back. And this is a very CT-sided map, as we're seeing. As a little bit of GeoTV lag. For those of you watching, I am so sorry. There is nothing I can do. Why 18-21? Because this is double overtime. It's not that we forgot to turn the counter off. For those of you who don't know, in case you're just tuning in, I apologise to the YouTube people for repeating myself. And overtime is where both sides play 3 rounds. And so, can FM Toxic do the upset of the century, or will ESC bring us to a 3rd overtime? I don't know, but I'm going to enjoy finding out, as I have dinner going cold, but I don't care. as this is going to be pure win. As we're going on 3, 2, 1, and we are off. And now it's FM Toxic's turn to try and do the attacking side. And this has easily been the best match I've watched in a few weeks. Actually, no, I watched Very Games vs NIP that a while back. That was an awesome match. But either way, we see ESC is pushing rather aggressively up into Radio Room. In the meantime, FM Toxic aren't even in lobby. They're pushing up quite heavily through outside. It's going to be up to Neo to do a little bit of damage, and he does manage to hit the perfect headshot there, taking it down Soken. But SMF is going to brush up. He does a lot of damage to Neo, but then gets taken down by Pasha, and Pasha gets the second. And it's now going to be up to Neilzio and Barbar. Barbar gets one. He's looking for a second and third to make this 2 versus 4 clutch. He gets a second. It's now a 2 versus 3. But Barbar's only on 8 HP. Having said that, Neo's on 22 and Cuban's on 48. But this is still anyone's game. As we see, Neilzio makes it a 2 versus 2, and this is an awesome comeback. And can they do the 2 versus 4 clutch? Am I going with the island this year? Unlikely, unless I can find someone to pay for me to go. Yes, they did. And FM Toxic, again, it went to an overtime against M Faculty as well, where FM Toxic eventually won. It's about £100 off to bring your own computer, and I just do not have that money at the moment until... As we are going on to the last 7 seconds, it's going to be up to Neilzio to do the 1 versus 2 clutch. As they are going to run out of time, and it is something I've noticed by FM Toxic. They just play a little bit too slow at times, especially when ESC are playing defensively. And it is something they could do with working on, but that was a rather good round for them, considering that although they lost, don't get me wrong, they still lost, they went from a 2 versus 4 to a 2 versus 2 situation. And so, this is going to be 19 to 21, with only 2 more match points coming up, or are we going to go into a third overtime? As we see, he's just going to rush down to that ramp, and it's going to be up to Windansky, who gets taken down by Cuban, and he drops the... Ooh, he drops it in lobby. He drops the bomb in lobby, and Pasha is going to take down SMF, and this is now a 2 versus 5 situation. They need to come back in through lobby, and Barbar and Neilzio needs to hit some amazing shots. Neilzio gets one. It's now a 2 versus 4. I don't know, it'd be awesome if I could, but I'm not sure I have that kind of casting power yet. But either way, we have Barbar here. As he's going for the kill, he takes down Neo to low HP, but it isn't going to be enough, he's only on 14. Meanwhile, Neilzio is pushing up through, oh, and he misses his flash, and that could be the end of the game, as there's only... But Barbar gets one, and now it's a 1 versus 2. And this is still possible for Neilzio. As there's 27 seconds left, but this is not going to come down to time. This is going to come down to who can get the kill. And Neo's in a good position. The flash is going to force him to readjust his aim. And can he get the 1 versus 2 clutch? As it lags a little bit. No, he can't. As Neo is going to take him down, making it 20 to 21. And are we really going to be going into a third overtime? This match started at 15 minutes past 9. It is now quarter to 11. These two teams, you cannot split them with a razor blade. I would suggest not doing that in real life, because Pasha would probably take that razor blade and shove it up your candy hole. And we have Pasha with that auto sniper again, and the flash is going to take him out completely, as they're going to have complete clear range to rush out through the outside, but they're not even going to do that. As we see, Barbar has the AWP, but does he have the skill to beat Pasha and his auto sniper? I don't know if there's a limit to overtimes. We've never got to that stage. As we see, Windansky is going to take down Neo, and they're rushing out onto the ramp. And Pasha gets one back, but Soken takes down Pasha. And this is now a 3 versus 4 situation. And is FM Toxic finally going to break this? Are we going to go into a third overtime, or is FM Toxic going to do the victory of this century? As SMF gets another one, it's now like 2 versus 4. In fact, we're going to switch over to Cuban and Taz. They're the ones who need to make this all happen. We have Cuban down on B bomb site, and we have Taz on A. And can they do the 2 versus 4? They're rushing out onto A. It's going to be up to him. Taz gets one. He's going for a second. And FM Toxic win. No triple overtime as FM Toxic do an absolutely amazing upset. They take ESC Gaming to the closest game against ESC that they've ever had. Their previous 3 or 4 games have been complete demolitions. And this is ESC. This is the team who is easily considered the 3rd best in the world at the moment. Although they've lost against Virtus Pro in the ESEA League, they have won against a lot of good teams. And not only that, this puts ESEA in a weird position. You are not the only one. I underestimated This puts ESC in a weird position. Because all my calculations that you have to get less than 5 losses to get through, that's all based on the fact of people winning, not losing rounds like this. As in, this now means that unless ESC Gaming can win against Very Games or NIP, they are going to be on 6 losses in total. That means that battle for 4th place might be between N Faculty, Fnatic, FM Toxic, and ESC. And amazingly, FM Toxic have gone from 2 and 6 when we started this cast to 4 and 6, and they now have a chance. They now have a possible chance of making it to the LAN final. In the meantime, ESC, all of a sudden, their qualification no longer looks certain. They're no longer looking like they're going to be able to stroll into that 3rd or 4th place. And the thing is, if ESC's opponents are far more difficult than FM Toxic's. FM Toxic's opponents are the likes of Asus and Nexus, the teams who have not been doing very well in this tournament. On the other hand, ESC has got to go against Very Games twice, NIP once, then Absolute Legends, then N Faculty.